What's up, y'all? It's your boy DSD, and we're doing another edition of our YouTube. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Cam, aka DSD, and I run a sports platform called Daily Sports, so it's across all major platforms. So what I do is I cover the funnier side of sports on all my stuff, as well as doing a little bit of storytelling and the addition of Photoshop, because I really love being creative. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe down below, and let's get into it. So what I'm trying to accomplish here is a foresty desert. So it's an interesting concept because it doesn't really exist anywhere else, I don't think. So basically, since Phoenix is in Arizona and there's a lot of deserty vibe there, I wanted to add the desert perception with, as well as adding a bright sun, because obviously the Phoenix Sun's name is the sun, and I think it would be a cool part of the composition. And then I wanted to add a forest because obviously the mascot of the Bucks is a buck, and naturally they're in the forest. So I thought adding those two together would be pretty cool, and it ended up being a very nice composition slash manipulation. So right now I'm trying to create a depth of field by creating some distance in between some of the trees in the forest. So I want to add some smoke, maybe add a little bit of curves and maybe levels just to add some distance to it. And that's basically what I'm trying to accomplish right now. It takes forever to do this part, so, buckle up. So I'm posting this on Tuesday, July 6th. So the NBA Finals actually start tonight. So I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm rolling with them. And that's with the caveat that Giannis is playing. There's a report that he was doubtful, that now he's questionable. So if Giannis plays, I think they're going to win. And then I think if Giannis doesn't play, the Suns should win this one pretty handily. As of now, the most experienced player in the NBA Finals is Jay Crowder, which is ridiculous. Everybody else has 0 combined games of experience, and Jay Crowder has 6, which is insane, just to think. So there's going to be so many new NBA champions this year, a lot of good storylines, and I'm really interested to see it. So generally when I do some sort of one of these composites or manipulations, I try to get the idea first of what I'm doing, and then I put together the background, because if I don't do that, it takes me forever to get the project done. So right now I'm putting down the trophy. Basically, I'm trying to make it look like it's a part of the ground, adding some grass texture. Then I'm adding this buck, same deal. I want to, add that texture around his feet to make it look like he's actually there, grounded. Now I'm just cleaning up a few things around his horns. Something else that I thought was very interesting is that Torrey Craig, no matter what happens, he wins his first NBA championship. He currently plays for the Phoenix Suns, and he played for the Milwaukee Bucks this season as well. So he played enough games on the Bucks that if he wins, no matter what, he's going to get a championship. So congratulations to him for winning his first championship. Right now, I'm trying to get the vibe of Giannis's arm fixed because I think it was covering too much of the composition. So then I went ahead and just added another Giannis arm because it just wasn't going to work. So this part actually was pretty interesting because I just had to cut it out and, you know, kind of make it look right. But if you can see right on the bottom of Giannis's jersey has his hand. So I had to work that out later on. So now it's just some basic color correction, trying to make it look like it matches up and actually attached to him. At the end of this, it actually looks pretty legit and looks very real. So I was really happy how that came out. Sometimes with these things, you don't really know how it's going to turn out. So you just kind of mess with it and then, you know, you try different things. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I've been trying to make much more abstract art for the NBA because a lot of people do, you know, very conventional edits, which is totally fine, but I've been trying to expand my different types of styles. So in this case, I wanted to make it more lifelike and more cinematic and landscapey, you know, all this like dramatics. So as the coloring and the different types of shading comes in, things really start coming together, which is probably in the next 10 minutes or so. So if Giannis doesn't play, I'm not sure the Bucks have enough to beat the Suns. End of the day, like I think that the Suns are a very, very complete team, and I think the Bucks are not at all, actually. But they have Giannis, who is the best player in the NBA outside of Kevin Durant, in my opinion. So if Giannis plays, I think that they'll be in good shape. But if not, they might be in some big trouble. So now I'm adding a little bit of a shading, a little bit of curves. I think I'm using exposure layered right now. And now I'm adding a little bit of brightness. I'm just trying to make it look a part of the manipulation. By adding these different types of layers, it really creates a strong feel that your artwork is coming to life. This has definitely been a different year overall for sure. Not as many stars in the NBA Finals, but the idea of it I think is a good thing because it's definitely creating a little more parity in the league. There's obviously a lot of injuries this year as well, so I don't know if it's necessarily like a lucky one or anything, but end of the day, I think the asterisk talk is so stupid because, you know, you're still going to win the NBA Finals and they don't take championships down. This part is probably the most time consuming because it's a lot of like trial and error. You gotta look at it a few times, see what you feel, see what you like. And sometimes you'll go ahead and just get something totally done and then you're just like, ooh, I don't really like this very much. You have to go back and change it, which is a bummer at times, but it is what it is. So I wanted a concept of the sun being very bright, very orangey yellow, which was trying to match the color scheme on the Phoenix Suns jerseys. By the end of the art, it didn't really actually match exactly what I wanted, but sometimes it just happens and you end up kind of just going with it. One great streak in the NBA history has come to an end. The stat is courtesy of StatMuse. Shaq has had a teammate in every single NBA Finals for 37 consecutive finals, and this is the first one without anyone, which is an insane stat, to be honest. But it's back to what I was saying originally earlier. There wasn't anyone with any finals experience besides Jay Crowder. He almost had it because Rondo was on his team on the Celtics, and if the Clippers made it to the finals, that the streak would have been continued. So now I'm trying to give the perception that Giannis and Chris Paul are looking at the finals trophy and the buck in the sun. So I added a little bit of blur to make it look like you're looking past them. They're not the focal point of the art. The buck, the sun, and the finals trophy are. This is the first time I've ever done a poster directly for an event. I might do this more often, maybe do more YouTube videos like this, because I really enjoy making different types of sports art. Then I went ahead and tried to do a generic movie poster title. I've never done that before, so I wasn't able to make it work, so I just decided to leave it out. Then in every single edit I've ever done in my entire life, I always look at it and say, what can I add? So I add a little bit of dust just to add a little bit more of, I guess, just, depth of perception, or just a little more flavor to the edit. And that's it. This is teamwork makes the dream work, guys. You were with me on my first NBA Finals poster. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe if you haven't done so already. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I will talk to y'all soon.